Man, having this water around's great and all, but where does it come from? Have you ever wondered how we predict future forecasts, or if we really know if California's in a drought? I'm in Sacramento with the Channel 13 News, here to get information from the specialists with meteorologist Tracy Humphrey. Our first meeting with Tracy Humphrey was over Zoom. After our Zoom meeting, Tracy invited us to the CBS News Channel 13 studio to get an in-person interview. Let's see what she has to say. What is the difference between forecasting and nowcasting?
Okay, great question. Forecasting is whenever you're predicting something in the future. Nowcasting would be something that's happening right now. Would you like an example?
Yes.
Okay. So for me, going into the weekend, we are forecasting a chance of rain coming in next week. So this is going forward in time. So this goes all the way to Wednesday afternoon. So whenever I'm giving you a weather forecast ahead of today, the next day, 2 days out, 3 days out, that's a forecast. A nowcast would be it's happening right now. Yeah, essentially giving you current conditions.
What is the normal amount, like generally the normal amount of rainfall here in downtown Sacramento?
So for Sacramento, it's a little more than 18 inches a year.
Okay.
And so far, we're doing really good.
Yeah. So you mentioned snowpack. Do you think you could give an idea of how the snowpack is helping with the drought?
Oh, wonderful. Yes. Okay, so snowpack. The snowpack is essentially all of the frozen water that's in the Sierra. And the frozen water in the Sierra has everything to do with our agricultural needs, recreational needs. So where does the water go? Most times it's going all the way down a lot of our rivers, it goes into our streams, it'll go into reservoirs. There are parts of the Sierra that have picked up more than 300 inches of snow.
So speaking of ways we get water, what are atmospheric rivers?
I love atmospheric rivers.
Yes.
Okay, an atmospheric river is essentially a river in the sky. It is a series, almost like a series of storms. It is water vapor that is flowing in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and it goes on for miles. So as opposed to you getting a little rain, you tend to get waves of rain that can last for days.
Do you know which reservoirs are holding up most of the rainwater?
So right now, Lake Oroville is 70% of capacity, 82% for New Bullards, Don Pedro 75%, Lake Shasta is 59%, Folsom 54%. So this is our drought monitor. This was our drought monitor the beginning of October, which is the beginning of our water year. And you could see extreme drought was 43% of the state. That's the red that you have here. Orange was severe drought. That was 94% of the state. That was before all the rain came. We went from 43% of the state in extreme drought to 0%. We went from 94%, that was the orange shading, to 32%.
Fair to say that based off these numbers, this rainfall is doing us some good right now, especially after this drought. Yeah,
we're doing really well. However, it takes years in order for us to get into a drought, right? So it's going to take more than 1 year to get out. We still have a lot more to go.
Yeah. Do you think it's possible we could fall back into it? Yeah.
But I think the more we bring attention to it, I think people understand how important water is. Because if we don't get a lot of water, normally we get a horrible wildfire season.
Yeah.
And they're all interconnected. So I think people are finally starting to understand that process. Well, thank you for coming. Did you have a good time?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. I'm glad you took the time to send the email.
Yes.
I know we're super busy, but I like sharing what I know. And the more you know, you're the future, right? So I think it's important that we share our information about our weather in California.
Yeah. Hopefully by now you have a little more of an understanding as to where our water comes from. This water helps in our everyday lives, such as the water we drink and the pools we swim in. I know that I sure have learned a lot.